Welcome to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner, investment advisor, and insurance professional Alfie, president of Advantage Retirement Group.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. You're listening to Saving the Investor radio show. I'm Alfie, Southwest Florida certified financial planner professional, and we have a great show today. We're going to talk about the market, but we have a special guest, Scott Fischer. Most people in Southwest Florida know who he is, but we're going to talk to him about some projects that he has going on here in Southwest Florida. But until then, I want to bring John on. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning, Southwest Florida. You know, the economic landscape is full of opportunities for growth and financial success. And whether you're planning for retirement, building wealth, or navigating the current market trends, now is the time to take proactive steps towards a stronger financial future. And if you've been wondering how to position yourself to take advantage of what's ahead, Alfie is here to help. And if you have allowed economic uncertainties to put your financial decisions on hold, you really need to grab a hold of Alfie's toolkit that will help transform your worries of retirement into confidence. You know, inside Alfie's toolkit, there's a wide range of materials such as, will your money last as long as you do? You need to know that answer. Are you paying too much in taxes in retirement? Social Security Decisions Guide, and will a recession, if we should have one, rob your retirement? You can pick up Alfie's toolkit simply by calling the operator or texting the word KIT, K-I-T, to 239-747-1077. Listen, don't hesitate. Pick up your smart device right now. Call the operator. Ask for the free toolkit or text the word KIT, K-I-T, to 239-747-1077. 1077. And Alfie, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster.
Oh, yeah.
NASDAQ, your Magnificent Seven has taken a little bit of a blow due to this deep seek. And why do people panic the moment they hear something and believe that what's coming out of China really is true? And it's really rocked the market a little bit.
Yeah, and if you think about what comes out of China, is it, do you really want to give all this information, your information, to China? That's what, that's why TikTok is having a hard, that's why the government wants to do something with that. And this is the same thing here. You're going to have to take what they say and really ask yourself. And that's why the market did rebound a little bit. You had NVIDIA going down 18% in one day.
And that's a buying opportunity, isn't it?
It's a buying opportunity, but it was, they're saying that the people behind the DeepSeek is more of a hedge funds. So, you just can't try to put $5.9 million. They said they built this for $5.9 million, not billion, million. It just doesn't make sense. I have a good friend in Alabama. He says, I smell a rat. And that's what I smell. It's not a mouse. It's a rat. So I think the more that comes out, the more people realize that, hey, it is going to be, China's always going to be our competition. We have Scott Fischer here. I'm going to be bringing him out real soon. But China will always be our competition.
We're just taking what we produce, and because we're making everything over there, how could they not know what we're doing? It's just obvious.
Yeah, and that's, they are, they take technology and then sometimes make it better, but they don't have to pay for it. That's what's, that's why we'll always be ahead. We'll always be ahead. But it definitely did shake the market up this week. And you do have job numbers come out. The economy is still rocking and rolling. The Feds, put the interest rate on pause. So there's not, our managers that we deal with, they're big time money managers, and they're looking at maybe a possible one rate cut for the whole year. So I'm going to bring on Scott Fischer. He's a friend of ours, and I met him, about 13 years ago or so. Maybe it was 10 years ago. But Scott, you are very well known here in Southwest Florida. You brought, you had the Fort Myers Harley dealership for many, many years. You opened that up. You do a lot of giving. So talk a little bit about yourself. And I wanted you on the show because you're a businessman here in Southwest Florida, and you have some exciting things that are happening. So talk a little bit about yourself.
Well, good. Thanks for having me on. Look, I've been here since I was 27 years old.
Oh my goodness!
Which was in '87. Relocated here, my wife and I, Had an opportunity to move to Florida, which was exciting because we lived in Columbus, Ohio. Go Buckeyes!
Yeah, yes.
And we had an opportunity to get out of the cold weather. I was a manager of a Honda dealership then, and I moved down here to manage a Harley Davidson Kawasaki dealership.
Okay.
Not knowing where that would take me, but I was young, and my focus on being an entrepreneur, owning my own business was my goal.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it would happen as quickly, but soon after coming here in '87, the market got tough, and the company that owned our Harley Davidson dealership was in the automotive business, and they needed to liquidate a lot of their dealerships, downsize to really meet their financial demands. And I had an opportunity to buy that dealership then. And fortunately, timing is everything. A lot of people say, "Boy, you're really lucky," and I say, "Well, the harder you work, the luckier you get."
That's the truth.
It's just a fact. And we got into the Harley business at the right time, and ultimately we spun off our profits and grew our business to multi Harley dealerships and multi other brand stores. So the Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki, we bought stores. We bought those kind of businesses also. And about 6 or 7 years ago, now I can't remember, we decided to really liquidate a lot of stores.
Okay.
We built our business to about $150 million of revenue a year, and which was substantial for a young guy. And it was just the timing seemed to be right, and so we did liquidate. And quite frankly, I look back on things that were really important. Being here in this community, I engaged immediately in a lot of community events. I actually become very philanthropic because of the opportunity that the philanthropic effort gave our business. So I aligned ourselves with a lot of charities.
Yeah.
Charities need our help, need our strategic, our manpower, and our customers.
Yeah.
So we really took advantage, and I don't mean that in the wrong way. We took advantage of whenever somebody wanted me to donate money, I would say, "Well, what are you doing, and how can we help you?" We wanted to be very strategic, and that's been a big part of where I was and where I'm at now in my philanthropic efforts. I really want to help young youth, whether it's substance abuse or financial assistance. I want to help charities provide that type of opportunity for youth. So I really focus on if I'm going to fund a nonprofit, what am I funding it for? And I want to see how it impacts their business.
I love it. I love it. So this is we're going to talk on the next break his new venture here in Southwest Florida, which I'm excited about. It seems like the more successful people get, the more they realize that they want to give back. And John, you're a pastor, and you know about giving back, and that's you're loving this story because the more successful you are, the more you're supposed to give.
Yeah, well, we're blessed to be a blessing, and it's great to see entrepreneurs like yourselves that really focus on giving back to the community in many different ways. And really, that's why Alfie brings people like this on the program, because they've weathered the storms of business and made it through and are very successful. And now they know that now is a legacy time to pass on to the next generation. So you're listening to 92.5 with Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's premier financial planner, certified financial planner professional. He has over 40 years experience in this industry, and Alfie's put together what's called a retirement simulator process that will do a deep dive into your current portfolio to see what's really going on. And he's going to take you back 5 years and put his portfolio side by side with yours. Make sure you're allocated properly, make sure you're diversified correctly, that you're not taking undue risk for the amount of return that you're getting each and every year. And Alfie will put together an income plan and a strategy to get you to and through retirement. That's his goal. Listen, be one of the first 9 callers right now. Pick up your phone, call the operator, say, "I want to take advantage of Alfie's retirement simulator process," or you can just text the word VISIT, VISIT, to 239-747-1077. Again, the word VISIT, VISIT, to 239-747-1077. You owe it to yourself to get a second pair of eyes, a second opinion, from Southwest Florida's premier financial planner professional. He's also a fiduciary, which means his responsibility is to you, not the products or services that he offers here through the Advantage Retirement Group. Text the word visit 239-747-1077. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back right after this break, so don't go away. Welcome back to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend. We're also in studio with entrepreneur Scott Fischer. And, last week, Alfie's book was in high demand, as it always is. And due to popular demand, Alfie is offering a complimentary copy that's awaiting you right now. To claim your book, all you have to do is call the operator. And as I always say, if it's free, it's for me. Pick up the phone, call the operator, or text the word book, B-O-O-K, to 239-747-1077. Alfie's book is your guide to a fulfilling retirement. You don't want to miss out on the valuable insights, including many, many stories about investors that he's helped save over his 40-year career. That's why I named this broadcast Saving the Investor, to save you from the pitfalls, the schemes, the traps of Wall Street. Pick up the phone right now. Call the operator, ask for the book, or text the word BOOK to 239-747-1077. And we have Scott Fischer in studio with us, and we talked about your endeavor in Harley Davidson, Kawasaki, all the things that you did in the motorcycle type. And
You used to race, too.
yeah, but now you're getting ready to start something brand new and has to do with food, which is a totally different direction. What caused you to go in this direction, and why do you see the need for this type of restaurant out in Cape Coral?
Well, look, I'd love to take credit for the vision and idea of having a great food truck park and marina in Cape Coral, but
How nice does that sound?
Yeah.
but I do have to give credit to Jeff Myloff and Gary Abishan. They're my partners in this. We're all partners in this, including the McCurricks, which are Michigan folks that live in the Cape in the summer, in the wintertime. But one Sunday morning, Jeff Myloff called me and said, "Hey, we're getting ready to move our model home center right there in Cape Coral as you come over the bridge into Cape, and we got this opportunity to buy the real estate, and we think it's a great place for a marina." And that transitioned into a great place for a marina and a food truck park, and
'Cause we're missing that here.
that's right. And I said, "Hey, Jeff, I'm in." And it's having a relationship with Jeff Myloff was something that happened through our nonprofit work over the years. We met there, and I always say, harder you work, the luckier you are. And quite frankly, I was very lucky to have Jeff call me that morning, because this is going to be a pretty tremendous place for everybody in Southwest Florida.
Talk a little bit about what this is. We know you're going to have food trucks there, you're going to have entertainment there, but talk a little bit about what when this should be happening, and what should people here in Southwest Florida expect, because like I said, we don't have anything like this.
Well, first of all, I think it's going to be an ultimate destination. It's going to be for guests in the marketplace, for tourists, for locals. It's going to be for children and pets. Live music every day, phenomenal food, and outdoor fun surrounded by great landscaping and really water. Boating. You're going to have the opportunity to spend significant amount of time at Slipaway. That's the name of it.
That's the name of it, Slipaway.
And
I like that.
we argued a lot about the name.
Yeah.
It's funny, had 5 people, and we're arguing about different names. So anyhow, it was fun to have. But boat access was something.
You're going to have how many slips now?
30 boat slips.
Okay.
Nice.
And it'll be day slips, so there won't be no overnighting there. It'll be first come, first serve. It'll be manned all the time. So when you arrive by boat there, there'll be someone on the marina that will at least provide you the space if it's available. And we do expect that it'll be busy a lot, especially during season.
What size boat was it? Like the
Big boats.
Oh, big boats.
Well, we'll be able to put the big sport boats.
I saw. So you have slips, and then you have along the wall.
Yeah, so we have a fuel dock with 2 full fueling stations, both diesel and gas,
That's big.
along with a ship store, which will have full supplies for boating, drinks,
Yeah.
alcohol, and it'll it'll obviously provide that fueling that we need. And, we think in the future we'll have rental pontoon boats there,
Yeah.
for the public who don't own a boat. But I think what's bigger and more incredible about Slipaway is that the main pavilion will have a bar in it that will hold 40 people at the bar. It'll be open air but under roof.
Yeah.
It'll have seating outside the bar but under roof for 150 people.
Oh, big.
And then there'll be 5 other pavilions that'll hold 16 to 20 people under the little pavilions that are outside for maybe private events or just families that show up. So it's going to be really pretty
So
spectacular.
we put a lot of, obviously, time and thought into this process. And is there anything like this around the country?
Well, I think, look, right now we've got the new food truck park that's on Tree Line.
Yeah.
And they've done really well.
Yeah.
I think, people are looking for the opportunity for a diversity in food when they go someplace. They want entertainment, and, food truck parks provide that. Now, our food truck park, we think, because we've had the opportunity to do a lot of work understanding the food truck business.
Yeah.
We've added a significant amount of things that are going to be greater. First of all, we've had 160 applicants who want to be there, and we've narrowed it down to 10.
Okay. Well, are they going to be the same ones every?
We hope.
Okay.
We hope that the 10 we select will provide the level of service and food that is going to be expected. So this is what's really big about Slipaway. We have said that we don't want the downside of the food truck business to put a mark on Slipaway. So that what I mean by this slower service or standing in line, that there's some challenges that food trucks have. Look, they do a great job. You got great chefs. We're going to have the best chefs in the marketplace with the diversity of food, but they are small operations. We're providing them with all their fuel there. So much different. We're providing infrastructure for our food trucks so that they can focus more on their food and service than trying to take care of the supplies and resources they need.
Running out of propane and stuff like that. They don't have to worry about that.
That's all going to be provided by us, and they'll have an office there. So we have a sales center there that will provide an office for each food truck so that they have a place to do business. Just things that they need. Food truck operators have to leave a lot because, they're in a remote location and they don't.
Are they going to leave their trucks there at all times?
Oh yeah, the trucks will always be there, and we'll open.
So that's different.
That's right. We'll open at 11 o'clock, and we'll close at 10. And we're not sure what's going to happen in the morning yet. But one thing that we know for sure in the mornings is that there's going to be opportunities for events that could happen in the morning, like maybe car shows or maybe fishing tournaments. I can tell you with my partners, there will be a very big alignment with community outreach there at the facility. We'll have the space and ability to do a lot of events there for the community, and we plan to do that. But I think, again, most important, if we go back to the food truck, one of the core things is we're going to have great access for drinks. We're going to have technology in the food trucks so that you can sit down at a space, order your food from your seat, and have that and pay for your food right then, so you don't have to go stand in line. There'll be a menu. There'll be a Slipaway menu that will have each food truck on it. You'll click on the food truck and then you'll order your food. And most of our food truck operators will have runners, so they'll run the food right to you, or they'll tell you it's ready. You go back and pick it up. You don't have to pay at the food truck. All paying will be online. No cash being done. We just want to be able to make the food truck experience a step better than it already is.
Well,
because
it's going to be. Maybe John and I will invest in a breakfast truck and get that market from 7 to 10. I like that. We'll have 11 trucks out there.
Let's do a show like this there.
I love it.
Let's do a live show on the bar.
That would be awesome. We can let's talk about that. That would be wonderful. We can do that. Well, Scott, we are blessed to have you in the community and giving back the way you do. And I want you to say a couple more things before you have about 30 seconds or so, maybe 40, and talk a little bit about that, and then we'll get you on your way. I know you have another meeting this Saturday.
Okay, so most important, we're hoping late spring, which is going to be April. Our target right now is we will open in April, Slipaway. But look, There's lots of things that can happen in the kind of operation we're doing. So, it could delay it, but we hope not. We really need it to open in April. And, other than that, look, I'm in the financial world right now, and I just want to say that I so much believe in professional advisors. I've surrounded myself with professional people, my estate planner, my financial planners, and all the extra people in our business that have been professional advisors. I really recommend that if you're an entrepreneur, you need to come in here. You need to see these guys. You need to surround yourself with professional people because do what you do best. I'm an entrepreneur. I want to go run an operation.
Yeah.
And I'll let someone else handle my professional stuff, my legal and my finance and all those things.
That's wisdom. So there's a lot of do-it-yourselfers out there, and we talk to them all the time. And then once we put that plan together, they say, you know what? Maybe it's time to turn it over. So, well, Scott, we appreciate you coming in. I know your schedule is hectic, especially opening up this new, restaurant venture that you have going on. So, again, thank you for coming in, and thank you for giving back to the Southwest Florida. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back, and we're going to talk more about the market and some great planning. Welcome back to Saving the Investor. I am Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida Certified Financial Planner Professional. I am here with Pastor John Antonucci, and it was a great first segment. I hope you were able to listen to it. We had, Scott Fischer, who is very well known here in Southwest Florida, business owner. He owned the Fort Myers Harley Davidson. It was called Six Bend, and then he sold it to his buddy. But this is a great time to have really business owners on. This week also, John, I spoke at South Fort Myers High School, and there was 15 schools involved, a few hundred kids, and they were asking business owners questions. That was very, very enjoyable. We always, when you give, you get, the kids get so much out of it, but I think the 8 of us, the business owners, Bill Dobman, and we had, the fire chief there, Terry from Fort Myers, and then, or Tracy, and then we had Terry. She owns a very successful marketing company here, just business owners, and Joe North, he's an attorney here in Southwest Florida, and we all said the same thing, just giving back to the community is and really pouring into these high school kids. They were just loving it, but we got more out of it than I think they did.
Yeah, that's tremendous.
It was just awesome. And so they would ask questions, and we would give them words of wisdom. And one of the things I said, hey, be careful what you put out there on the internet, because it's going to stay with you forever.
Yeah.
So don't go posting things like just words of wisdom to these kids, and how to get a business started. So that was it's been a great week.
Yeah, fantastic. And, that's why you want to deal with a firm like Alfie Townsend, Advantage Retirement Group, because they're not only giving back to the community, his goal is to give back to you, and it's really a passion of what he does. It's not a job or just a career. It's something that he lives, breathes, and eats every day, and that's why he's put together a book that you really need to get a hold of. It's always in high demand, and you can pick up a complimentary copy of Alfie's brand new book simply by calling the operator at 239-747-1077 and asking for it, or texting the word book, B-O-O-K, to 239-747-1077. You text the word book there, and it'll take you to a landing page, and you'll be able to check out and get his book that will be a guide for you to a fulfilling retirement. There's so many insights and valuable stories of many investors that he's helped save over his 40-year career as a certified financial planner. And he's also a fiduciary, which means his responsibility is to you, the individual investor, not to the products or services that he offers here through the Advantage Retirement Group. And we're downsizing federal government. Alfie, Donald Trump offered 8 months of severance pay, which is tremendous.
Yes.
And Caroline Levitt, what a tremendous young woman she is at 27 years old. She said, if they don't want to come to work in the office and contribute to making America great again, then they are free to choose a different line of work. And the Trump administration will provide a very generous payout of 8 months. These people have been sitting home on our
Yeah.
tax dollars. It's time to really refine government. And if we can cut back on government spending, that's going to go a long way to really boosting our economy, won't it?
Well, it's a lot like what you're doing is you're giving money now to save serious money later.
Yeah, true.
And if you're not happy with what you're doing, this is a great opportunity for people to say, this is a good time to get out. And they might be at the right age. They might have enough money in their retirement plans. But this is the thing to do. If you're a government employee and you're staying at home and you're just not into your job, this is a great opportunity for you. Because I think if they don't take this, John, then I think they're going to let people go.
Definitely.
They're going to let people go. Then you're not going to have that 8 months of severance pay. So if you're going to do it, this is the time to do it right here. So, President Trump is really, working hard to get this country back. It was really handed off to him in bad shape with all the illegals that came in, all the crime but they're going after them too, and that's how many did they get? It was like 7,500 or something. Their goal is like 1,500, 2,000 a day, but they're going after them, and this is and people aren't coming in. That's a good thing. People aren't coming in. So, and then we had that plane crash. That was awful news. That was a little bit strange, though. The helicopter but that was, you got the helicopter and the plane in the same flight pattern. Just doesn't seem right there.
Yeah.
So, but Trump is going to investigate that. Hopefully, it's just a pilot error, but it's a shame how many people had to die for no reason.
Yeah, it's a sad thing, and things are happening, and all these things tend to affect the market. The market has been holding steady, but there are some stocks under pressure. Maybe you can talk about what's going on with NVIDIA. Which many of the analysts are still bullish on NVIDIA to hit at 185, and it's been up and down this week. So how does that play out? Because I can't see how another country can really undercut what we have to spend in the data centers that they're looking to build. It just doesn't make sense, does it?
Yeah, to have to build these data centers and the energy it takes to run these data centers. It's China was acting like it, and that's what drove the market down this week. They were acting like, hey, we only put in $5.9 million, not billion, $1 million into our DeepSeek, and then and in addition to that, the chips, we have the chips, and you don't need the chips are like 10% of the cost of these other chips. So something I just don't really understand what's going on, but I do understand that China doesn't tell the truth all the time. And so it did drive the markets down this week, and it did rebound a little bit. But NVIDIA is a stock that I think is going to be just fine. Again, you don't want to own just one stock. That should be in your portfolio in a basket of other companies too. That's why we talk about diversification. You have to have a mix of assets. We have different asset classes to make sure that everything isn't going up and down at the same time. If you are just holding NVIDIA, you had a bad week this week because it went down 18% in one day. And that's what we don't want for our clients. We don't want anything where you're so heavy in one thing that your retirement gets off track. So that's why you have to have an income plan. If you don't have an income plan and know where that money is going to be coming from, then you have an issue. You have an issue. So if you don't have a written income plan, this is a great time. We have a new administration. It's a great time to really come in, let us do a full-blown retirement simulator, and let us show you what our process is. We'll show you not just what your fees are, but what you're holding, and see if we can put you in a better situation with less volatility and increase your income. We have income strategies that we are creating 12 to 15% income now, and minimum 8% right now, but we as high as 15. So let us show you what we can do here at the Advanced Retirement Group to create income for you. And if the markets are volatile, it's not really affecting your income. That's the great thing. You still have your portfolio that's invested, fighting inflation, but you have your income taken care of, and we put that plan together for you. And I think once you see it, you're going to say, I'm glad I made that call.
Yeah, you want to be diversified. That's one of the main things that Alfie is going to check. And also, if you're not rebalancing, I mean, as the market goes up, if you wanted to be in a 50-50 mix or a 60-40, you could be out of balance on that side. You really need to have a professional take a look at what's currently going on inside your portfolio. And no better person than Alfie Townsend with over 40 years experience as a CFP, Certified Financial Planner professional. His expert eyes of experience will look at your portfolio and basically take a deep dive inside there to see what's going on, expose all the hidden fees, make sure you're allocated properly, not taking undue risk for the amount of return. What if you could lower your risk tolerance and raise the amount of return that you're getting each and every year? Listen, you need to sit down with him, even if you have an advisor for many years. You owe it to yourself to let Alfie take a look at your portfolio. And if you're doing great, if you're on the right course, he's going to tell you that. Simply to be able to meet with him in Fort Myers and Naples, all you have to do is text the word VISIT, VISIT, to 239-747-1077. You can call the operator, say, I want to visit with Alfie in Fort Myers or Naples, whatever is more convenient for you. And you'll sit down with him and let his 40 years experience take a look to make sure that you're setting the course towards retirement to get you to and through retirement. Listen, you don't want to be retired and then have to go back to work in order to make ends meet. Alfie's going to be able to put a plan together, a financial strategy that's going to get you to and through retirement. Pick up the phone. Don't hesitate. Be one of the first 9 callers. The reason we say 9 is that's all he can handle in a week because of the amount of deep dive that he has to take and the amount of work that it is to access and look at all the ins and outs of your portfolio. Text the word VISIT, VISIT, to 239-747-1077. And Alfie, the Fed said that basically they're not really going to do too much as far as rate cuts. That's not going to bode well for those in the want to buy a housing market. But, why is that? Are we still running hot with inflation?
Well, we have inflation, and Trump, the things that he's doing, the economy is optimistic. Now you have, even though optimism came down a little bit, but since Trump is going to be putting in some of these policies and less regulation, you're going to see the economy up and running. So they feel like inflation is going to be there still, and people are going to be working. So the first rate cut that they see, most of the economists are looking at is possibly June. So that's 6 months from now. So June could be the first rate cut, and that rate cut could be just 0.25%. So as long as nothing drastic happens, don't plan on rate cuts. It's just not going to happen. We have a strong economy, and the Feds are going to they're pausing it right now. Jobless claims are still looking good. So economy is rolling. We're going to be rolling too. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Saving the Investor with Certified Financial Planner Alfie Townsend. There is a ticking time bomb out there, whether you want to believe it or not, and that is we don't know what taxes are going to do in the future. Nobody has a crystal ball. But fortunately, you can have confidence in retiring comfortably because Alfie has put together a plan that addresses uncertainties and instills confidence in your future. As a certified financial planner professional, Alfie has put together what's called a tax map that will strive to help you achieve 3 key goals. Number 1, lower your tax bracket. That's going to put more money in your pocket. Protect your money when taxes rise, and create a tax-free income. Listen, he's put together this tax map. It's a white paper. You want to get it in your possession so that you know what to do. Be one of the first 9 people to reach out to us right now. It's absolutely free. All you have to do is call the operator and ask for it, or text the word TAX, T-A-X, to 239-747-1077. Don't hesitate. Pick up the phone. Call the operator, 239-747-1077. The time to minimize future taxes and generate tax-free income is right now. So call or text the word TAX to 239-747-1077. Last week we began talking about 5 money moves to make under the new Trump administration in the areas of tax planning, estate planning, risk management, business structure organization, and investment strategies. Each move is designed to help you, the listener, stay ahead in this pro-business climate. And Alfie, tax-efficient income strategies really need to be implemented, whether taxes are going up or taxes are being cut. No matter how you do it, you have to really review your current tax situation, don't you?
Yes, and we were talking to our estate attorney, and he has contacts, and he was saying that what he's hearing, that these tax cuts is going to be hard to keep them going because of all the during the campaign there was so much giving, like no taxes on tips,
Right.
and no tax on Social Security, no tax. Well, you have to make it. You have to have a balanced budget when you do this, so you have to take away things to add things. You can't just add it onto the deficit. You have to make it neutral. So, in order to make it neutral, you might not be able to extend these tax cuts all the way up to, additional. It might have to roll back. So it's not a 100% guarantee that this is going to pass. So we could have some estate tax problems. Right now, it's at like $13.5 million, per person. So a couple could utilize $27 million, but that could go back to like half of that. So there's some planning that needs to be done on that end, and also if you're when you talk about plans with taxes, John, we want to look at some tax-free money. Anything that's tax-free that you can take out tax-free, it doesn't matter if rates go up. I mean, if taxes go up, because you're getting tax-free money. So the planning that we're doing now is so important for your future income. So if you're not looking at taxes, if you're not looking at trying to reduce your taxes, this is something that's urgent, really, in a retirement plan. You need to look at that.
Yeah, well, people, we're in a low tax bracket right now. Would it be advantageous for people, assuming the taxes do go up a little bit, to move into like a Roth IRA switch over?
Yeah. We want to look at that. We do have software to say, hey, is this worth to pay me now or pay me later? If you think about, I think the smartest thing the government has ever came up with was an IRA. So if you think about, you have $1 million IRA, okay, you might have, and it has the growth in there, you might have saved about, maybe $100,000 along the way. You putting in your $7,000, your $30,000, 401k money and everything. So you've saved, let's say $150,000 of taxes along the way, but now you have this $1 million that's 100% taxable. And you're going to be paying taxes on it as it keeps growing and growing and growing. So you might pay 5 times what you saved in taxes.
It's crazy.
So this is why Roth conversions in the long run could really help you out. So this is something that we need to look at, and I can show you different strategies and show you, if it makes sense. It doesn't make sense all the time, with some of our clients because of the big income they have. But if you have a pretty low income, there's some things that we can do to plan if you do some Roth conversions.
Yeah, and you talk about the estate tax exemptions. This is set to expire or sunset at the end of the year, right? So this is something that Congress has to tackle, and I mean they've got to get this through the House and Senate, correct?
They have to get it through the House and Senate, and again, with all these no tax on tips and no tax on Social Security and no tax on overtime, all these different no taxes, you have to be able to offset all those things. And one of the ways to offset it is maybe, not have such a big estate tax, exemption right now. So it's not going to be, this is going to be a war on that one. So it's not going to be a given that it's going to be extended.
Yeah. Well, so we're in a pro-business environment right now. A lot of people, went very conservative over the past couple of years. Mm-hmm. What sectors would you say people should really get back into, or should they make a move, or do you have to have them come in to really assess that before you even make a decision like that?
The first thing we're going to do, we want to make sure that their risk tolerance is going to accept what we accept, what we want to put in there. So the first thing is make sure we're going to look at your risk, and we're going to make sure that you are not taking excess risk, but what kind of risk are you willing to take to get that return? Because if you think about it, if you don't want to take any risks, then you're going to do like a fixed annuity. You're going to do something that has, money market, CD, has no risk to it really. So what you want to look at is, okay, I want to fight inflation. I want to, if I'm going to fight inflation, I need to be in the market. Okay, so if you're in the market, that's having some risk. So we want to look at the market. We want to look at your income, because your income doesn't need to be something that's volatile, that goes up and down like a yo-yo. That income needs to be stable and solid, and then your risk should be what you're not going to be touching anytime soon. So as that is, so we look at everything. We put that income plan together. We want to look at taxes, and we want to look at, legacy. Where do you want this money to go? And, your son, David, we had a workshop, and he said something that I used to say and I really forgot to say, but when we do an income plan, why it's so important, because we've had people come in, that has a lot of money and they're older, and they say, you know what, I really did not realize the kind of money I was going to have left. I wish I would have spent more money.
Wow.
Right?
That's a great problem.
Yeah, that's a good problem. But they had that scarcity mode, and because they didn't have an income plan, knowing that you're going to be just all right, spend that money. So this is, so there's that extreme, and then, hey, am I going to run out of money? So that's why an income plan is so important, to put that in, and we can show it to you and give you different scenarios.
Yeah, right now we're in a time of incredible opportunity with the pro-business administration shaping the economic landscape. These shifts that are happening could potentially impact your financial future, but only if you're ready to take action. This is the perfect time to connect with Alfie Townsend and his team here at the Advantage Retirement Group. He specializes in crafting tax-efficient retirement and investment plans tailored for successful individuals and families. His strategies are designed to help you grow and protect the wealth you worked hard to build. So don't miss a chance to take advantage of today's pro-business environment. Call Alfie right now. Pick up the phone. Be one of the first 9 callers, 239-747-1077 to schedule your complimentary consultation. You can visit with Alfie in Fort Myers or Naples. Either call the operator or text the word VISIT to 239-747-1077.
Thanks, John. And it was an awesome show to have, Scott Fischer on here talk about his new venture with his partners over in the Cape. It's going to be a very successful, food truck, dockage, ship store. It's just, I can't wait till it opens. And he says it's going to be opening hopefully in April.
Slip Away.
So it's called Slip Away, and it's over in the Cape. And it looks like it's going to be opening up in April, and it's going to have 30 slips, 10 food trucks that are there permanently. They're not going to be, driving there and leaving. It's going to be entertainment there, so that's pretty cool. And again, this week it was such a blessing to be at South Fort Myers High School, representing like the Lee County District of kids coming in, asking us questions, the business owners upstage. So it was a blessed week for me. I hope everybody got a lot out of this show, and Southwest Florida is our home, so we love giving back here. If you've never seen our TV show, it's called Saving the Investor. It's on NBC2 at 11 o'clock, 11:30, right after Meet the Press. And Jake, thank you for producing this show. Until next week, be blessed.